Hey everyone, if you watched my last garden tour, you saw that I announced some big news over there. I said that there was the last garden tour here on this property, in this place in New York City, on this apartment and at the plot, because we are going to move. So this is something that we actually wanted to do for a very long time. Since I moved in to New York City in 2019, I knew this was not the place for me to stay long term. I came here for a job, and to be quite honest, I had a really hard time adapting to the big city life. I used to live in Hawaii before there for 7 years, and I loved my life there. I had a great lifestyle. I overall felt a lot happier living there, and once I moved here, everything just seemed really hard. You know, the city is a little tough. The stereotype that's saying that New York stuff is something that I found to be true. It's tough in many ways. It's very busy, very competitive, very noisy, very dirty. There's so many things that happen here that it was a little bit hard for me to grasp with. But we had to stay here for the time that we had to stay. But I always had in the back of my mind that I really wanted to leave if I could. And then Danny and I got married last year, and we really tried to make this happen. We're very happy that we finally were able to do it. And city noise is another thing that I really disliked in here. But anyway, we're very happy that this fall we're finally able to announce that we're going to move. So we're not going to move actually very far from New York City. We're going to still stay in New York, in the state of New York. We're moving to the lower Hudson Valley on the west side of the river, just above New Jersey. And Danny, my husband, already found a job in there. We're able to find a little house to rent, so we'll have a lot more space than we have right now. We'll still be renters. Unfortunately, we're not in any space to buy a place right now, but the landlord in there said that I can use the yards to garden. She encouraged it and said that she was actually looking for a very long time for someone that will actually convert all the lawn that's in there into something more beautiful, and add some flowers and grow some vegetables and stuff. She's a gardener herself. She showed me her garden, and she grows lots of vegetables and beautiful flowers too, so everything's going to be very exciting. So that's the big news. We're moving to Rockland County. I'm super excited to take you guys over there. I feel like I finally will be able to do the things that I wanted to do in here, and it was also always really hard, not only with the garden but also with YouTube. I always wanted to do a lot more food content. I'm actually a trained chef. I worked as a private chef here in New York City. I'm currently looking for a new job in Rockland County, but I do have a lot of cooking experience, and I always wanted to share more about that on this channel as well. So hopefully there will be some super exciting times this fall. I will finally have a bit of a bigger kitchen. The house is small. It's a little 2-bedroom house, but it's still bigger than what we have here, and we're super grateful. I'm definitely going to do a tour of the new space when we move in. Super excited to show you guys. And also we're gonna have a lot more space to garden. So the property is in 4 acres, believe it or not, but 3 of these acres are wooded in the back of the property, and then we have about an acre in the front to garden. But there's a lot of trees, and there's also a pond, so I'm not going to be gardening all that space in the first year at least, but I'm very, very, very excited to show you guys. And we're just so lucky that we could find this space with all the things that we've been wanting to have for so long. And I also have to talk about the future at this channel in here. I know that lots of you guys follow me because I'm here in New York City and gardening here. But I hope that you still want to follow me along through my new journey, because we're still going to be sharing lots of gardening content, hopefully a lot more food content, and I'll still talk about my experience here. I'll just be able to do it at a much larger scale right now and do the things that I always wanted and I couldn't really do it here with, learn more about composting and having more free resources like leaves from the property that I can use as mulch, and I'm even excited about grass clippings and so many other things. But I think that this is also going to be an upgrade, to be honest, for the content in the channel, because I'm still going to be growing and sharing my experience. So I'll just have a bit more of space and time, I hope, too, with not having the crazy busy city life. We actually had a friend of ours, just stopped by the plot yesterday while I was watering. And he was like, "Oh, I can't believe you guys are moving. We've been both living in Astoria for 4 years, and I only saw you guys twice." Things are so busy over here. That's crazy how time just goes by, and we never have a chance to do things that we really want, because everybody, we all live far from our jobs. We're also a little bit stressed out, No, everything has tended to be like 30% harder here in New York, they say, including gardening. I'm gonna say, for all of you also New York City gardeners, kudos to you, because it is hard for us to garden here. I would absolutely still do it if I was still here. It's played a big part on my mental health of living in New York City too. I love this garden. Yes, it was a little harder sometimes than I thought. You know, I'll be exhausted and tired and still had to go find time to come take care of the plants and also film YouTube videos and edit. So at times felt a bit straining and like a lot of work, but overall it's still completely worth it, and I would do everything over again if I still lived in here. So another thing, speaking of hard things, I want to talk about was the rat problem and the plot, because I did mention in the last video that I was going to talk a little bit more about that. And just since we're talking about, you know, gardening here in New York in general, that's something that a lot of us have to deal with. And I know that when I move, I'll have to deal with other animals. Everybody's telling me that, because I'm so happy that I'm not going to have rats anymore, hopefully. But then they're saying I'm going to be dealing with deer and groundhogs and rabbits, but that's fine. You know, at least the animals in there are clean, let's say. I might get frustrated with them there too, I don't know, but I feel that here, because the rats are, you know, eating garbage and a lot of contaminated stuff, and they get sick, and they're, you know, coming to the garden, pooping, peeing there, contaminating the soil. I get like scared about eating the stuff in here. I wash things like crazy before I eat anything. So I just feel like there'll be an added bonus that I won't have to stress much about that. There's a squirrel coming right here, over there, not a rat. Heard little noise. And I'm not even that upset about the squirrels anymore either. You know, I hope that there I'll have enough space to grow enough for us and for the animals. The property is fenced, which is a big plus. The whole 1 acre part is fenced, very tall deer fence. So hopefully we'll see, you know, we'll figure out when we move. We're gonna see what we're gonna have to deal with, and I'm gonna have to deal with different pests, different problems. Look at the freaking squirrel on the green stalk. I have to show you guys. Look at this guy. They hardly actually go to the green stalk. I'm surprised that they went today. He went today, but they're coming more to the garden at this time because they're trying to, well, they're eating a lot of stuff. You can see he's eating some stuff there, but also they're starting to dig and hide the acorns. This is a little cute. Anyway, I dealt with the rats the whole time this summer. I didn't talk about much after that kind of like dramatic time in the beginning when I just discovered them, because I got tired of, you know, the comments and the hateful comments. There are supportive comments too. There are people that are like calling us dirty and doing a lot of stuff. It's like, you know what, I'm just going to talk about the positive part of the gardens and show how the garden's doing. But that was something that stressed me out a lot this summer. I had to be there very often, trying to show my presence. I tried to do everything that you know, I learned from the Rat Academy training, and it just didn't work. Those rats are just resilient in here too, and they just, you know, pushed me out of the space. Even if I was going to stay here next year, I was already thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to be so demotivated to have to deal with these rats again next year. So thankfully we'll have other problems to deal with when we move, but this one, hopefully it's done with. But anyway, I am glad that I'm leaving. I am thankful, obviously, for the space that I had there, for everything that I learned, for everything that I learned here, for my little space here. But I'm very excited to move on to the next phase of our lives. This is mostly everything that I wanted to say here in this video. I am hopefully the next one will be at the new house. We'll show you guys how everything looks in there. So I just want to thank you so much for your support and for being here with us this whole time that I've been here in New York City. Some of you have been following me for the whole 4 years that I've been posting videos since 2021. So thank you, thank you. I'm super grateful for you guys. And I hope that you stick around. I hope that you still want to see our journey. I promise that hopefully it's going to be still enriching. Since I have gained more experience with this 4 years gardening here, I want to do a lot more of hopefully educational videos and lots of cooking videos. And the winter's coming, you know, it's fall and winter, so it's perfect to transition that side from the garden, from gardening to cooking, because lots of us that garden like to cook, since we cook with the produce that we harvest from the garden. So I think it will be great. I think it will be fun. I'm super excited to keep sharing everything with you guys, and I hope that you guys stick around and follow me along with this journey. So thank you so much for watching today. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you next time.